Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rezabel and you can call me Rez, and I'm sure you're wondering what I'm doing in this random spruce forest. This doesn't look like relearning Minecraft, and you would, do I have my zoom mod this time? I do, not towards me, I don't. This is not relearning Minecraft. I have been busy traveling. Because of that, I haven't really had time to go on and do all the planning that I tried to do when I do a relearning Minecraft episode. So we're going to do something a little different today. Today, we are going to explore my training wheels world. Look at this. I'm outside right now, and you can tell that there's a lot of things that I did not finish here before creeper. I got distracted, but we're going to start with actually just what I have on my person. Because, you know, y'all have seen how much I die in relearning Minecraft. And this is my training wheels world. So what do I have here? You could already see that I had some pretty good gear just in my hotbar. I had netherite pickaxe, really nice netherite sword, a bow. I have this really nice shield that's got a banner on it and everything. I had netherite armor, like a pro. I had a whole bunch of stuff. Honestly, I don't remember everything that I had on me. Oh, also, when I started playing Minecraft again, it was about July of last year. The last time I opened this world was August 12th, 2025. So there's been a lot of changes since then, just in the game. And when I opened this world, I actually didn't have it on the most up-to-date version as of last July. I think I had it on, I think it's 21.6. So this is not the most up-to-date. And for some reason, that update felt much more comfortable for me to explore than any others. But let's get into this. Let's see. Watch. I'm gonna lure this creeper away. I'm gonna be so brave. Yeah. No, don't. So I'm gonna need to fix that. That was rude. It didn't even like bother chasing me. The audacity. Well, we're gonna have to come back to that. I don't even know. We have shulker boxes, but I don't know what's in them. Terracotta, dirt, and a whole bunch of other random stuff. Clearly, even in my training wheels world, I was never the most organized. There we go. I don't need this on right now. We're gonna be brave. We'll come back to there at the end. But this is where I got all my wood. I worked really, really hard. We're gonna actually do a little aerial view of this. This is my village. Spawn is over yonder. But I wanted to find a spruce village because what actually got me to start playing Minecraft again was Gemini Tay's hardcore series. And I really, really loved what she was doing with her village, and you'll see a lot of that influence here. Because of that, I decided to come and find a village as soon as possible to kind of get my bearings again. And because I'm a wuss, I started building a wall around it because I didn't want to have to trap the villagers. I felt weird about that. But look, this is my little village. It's a very nice little place. There's a lot to explore here. So we are going to start over here by the barn. This is the little farming area, farming district. As you can see, there's a little open area out into the water over here. This is for when I would go out and explore. So I could still have access to the village and I could get back in without issue. But it was relatively safe from pillagers and the like. Or I assumed it was. I never actually did a raid here. I was going to, but then I started YouTube, and I have not gone back to it. So, clearly I'm still not good at controlling my camera. But it's just a little hut for a little village. Some of the interiors are done. I don't think all of them are. I mean, clearly this isn't done because I don't have lanterns in place. Do I have lanterns on me? Not in that one. Do I have lanterns in this one? Nope. Maybe I just hadn't used... No, I was totally using lanterns. I don't know why this isn't lanterns, but got my nice little fishing rods over there. Little fishing hut. Cute little thing. But yeah. And then I had started texturing the wall a little bit. I was still scared. I'm still scared to texture. Texture is scary to me. But I have my little farm over here, growing all the little crops. And then I'm sure you can hear it. There's animals in the barn. Actually, wait, I'm gonna go through this side entrance. Wow. Look. Oh my gosh! Wait, I did know about the cows. The cows were different then? Were the chickens different then? I don't remember. I just am a silly goose for war. And then up here, climb up this ladder, is extra storage for me because I need it. It's semi-organized. You could tell that I tried. I did try to be organized. I do try. Yeah, this is my little barn. There was all the stuff to breed them. Look at this. And there's my happy guest. I don't think my happy guest has a name. Look at all these paths. They're everywhere. Oh, that's right. I kidnapped frogs. But I kidnapped frogs, and I was going to use them for... I was going to breed them, and then I was going to have toad spawn. And I was going to try to make a frog light farm. I don't think I ever got around to it, though. Clearly, I didn't. Do you have a name? Goop. That's Goop, the happy guest. We love Goop. I don't remember what this is. There was just a lot of just little huts for the villagers because, you know, villagers deserve a place to live. And I think there's one back over here that was like the farmer's area. And, you know, more barrels, which I realize now that there's a risk with having the barrels everywhere. And that risk is millions of fishermen. But alas, honestly, there's a lot of things about my building style that have changed. And there's a lot of things that have not changed. I do a lot of things the same. But I do try for cozy. And I actually quite like a lot of the shapes that I have in this village. I think they're really interesting. And then I just have a little tower. I don't know why you guys are up here. Are you guys trapped? Can you leave? Or are you just dumb? They might just be dumb. I believe they are just dumb. Darla! I forgot! There's some of the villagers are named. Not all of them. Is this an enchanted apple? Just go. Darla, there's Darla and David, I believe. They were my friends. They were my friends. I had two. I kept trying to make these work just open, and it never did. But I had two little bells for people to go through, for them to gather at, because it shifted the town center enough that I had villagers going over there to the gardens. Oops, you can't get in. The trapdoors were a constant struggle for them. Because if you look at this, I had a very medieval style going on. In here was a little tavern, very similar to what I have now, honestly, in my relearning Minecraft world. This is where I was brewing potions and magical things. And if you come up here, it's a big room for the villagers to just sleep. I'm going to sleep too, so we can look around in the day. But it was just nice, compact. Honestly, I don't know why I was choosing these colors for the carpets and for the... I think the beds, I was just working with what I had. But the carpets, it's bad. It looks like texture glitches. It's not good. Anyways, this was the main town center. I built this custom tree. This is my first ever custom tree in Minecraft. I'm still quite proud of it, actually. Very overgrown. There was axolotls in here, I believe. Maybe. Possibly? As you can see, I still struggle with the iron golem problems, but look, axolotl! I think there's another one over there. It might just be iron golems. I think iron golems are secretly axolotls. They're drawn to the water. And again, I tried open air bees and it didn't work, but I did this little aviary thing to try and contain the bees. That's literally the only reason that was there, is I didn't want the bees to run away, and yet they ran away. I think these are building supplies. Yep. I am not organized, but I'm skipping things just because, like, it's been so long since I've come in here and, like, explored. But you can see there's lots of little areas. I'll come over to that later. But here's a little house. You go inside and more texture glitch carpet. Honestly, it's hard to believe that this was almost a year ago, and I definitely wouldn't make these same choices. There's some things that I really like. This is not one of them. And look, it's a little church. And another bell. I forgot there was a bell here. It's not a very good church, but I think I just wanted to have something churchy, I guess. I don't know. Here's another little house. I hear the llama. A lot of the houses are very much the same thing. Because I don't like trapping the villagers. So I just build little houses for them, and then they multiply, and they continue to multiply until they overrun the place. Llamas that I've captured. Again, nothing's changed. This is actually a really cool little stretch. I built like these townhomes, kind of a thing. And I just kind of like how they turned out. Like they're fun to me. Maybe it's just because I'm boring, but the interiors I don't think are finished on any of them. So again, not much has changed. This is my little cartographer, I believe. Yes, it is my cartographer. Look at it. I was trying to make a little globe rug, and I never finished it. My bad. Yeah, missing fireplace. There's a lot of things that are missing around the place, but it's fine. We have a nothing. I don't know what this was supposed to be. Probably a smoker. No, this is the smoker over here. If I go in here, smoker. Again, unfinished because I got distracted starting the lovely channel with all of you lovely folks. But then I have this little like outdoor workspace for Fred and no, just Fred. Fred is the only one who got a name because he was a master and I could get all these cool things from him. And then if you go inside, it's a little blast furnace area. These guys are there was originally trapdoors here. It's like a little rail. These guys don't leave. They've been here. They never left. That's just their home. And you know what? Go them. And where we came in is my little library. And this is where David and Darla work. Darla is apparently trapped in a tower. She's decided to be Rapunzel. She read too many books, I guess. But it's just a cute little library, just enough for me to get what I needed. And all these things. Why I can't... Interesting. Which, interestingly enough, I don't think... What? I don't think that I used enchanted books in this world, like at all. All the enchantments I got were through enchanting books. And then Fletcher's space. Nice little balcony. Cute little balcony. But what I did instead of utilizing the trading function, I have more little plants here, and then actually come over here. There's another little itty bitty house. Itty bitty. I didn't utilize the trading function, and instead I would come into here. We're not gonna judge my bad windows, okay? I know they're bad. I knew they were bad then, but it's fine. I would come in here and I would enchant the books. I would put them on one of these shelves, and then I would go through and do it. I do think, yeah, we had Zargoth the Destroyer, and he was my mending villager. Clearly, Zargoth the Destroyer was never zombified and cured because I was a wuss, and I didn't want to do that. But if I go up here, this is to stop the villagers from getting out, because apparently that was enough to stop them. I don't have a super smelter, but I had this. Lots of coal. Lots of meat. Actually, wait. Organized. And I always kept this on me, and I'll show you why I always had a clock in just a second. More storage of various things. Oh my gosh, why do I have so many shovels? That's an amazing shovel. Okay. Look at that. Look at all my diamonds. I was rich. And that was my bed. This is where I spawned in. It was beautiful. Before I started recording, that's where I was. Okay. Now I will show you why I always kept this on me. You come over here, you will see a bunch of blocks just blocking the way because, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting that I need to eat. Nourishment, am I right? Ah, ha, ha, ha. I never finished this. I was going to do a cool redstone door. But if I go like this, oh, and you can see that there's a lot of interior stuff that never got done either. If I go up here, you can see there was this little random thing in this space. That was going to feed into this big open cool thing that goes down to where I would mine. Now, if I follow this down, you can see where I was trying to like get stuff all ready to go. If I follow this, you can see there's so many things that I left undone. There's a reason that I dug this all out. I think it was for andesite. It was probably for andesite. But here was my portal room. Still quite proud of this, actually. I think it still looks really cool. There was so I could set my spawn. And then if I went like this is where I would do all my mining. And I would go down and I would explore and blah, blah, blah. But the interesting part, if you follow what I did finish, and here's more mine stuff. If you follow the spots that I did finish and come over here, you see this bone block wall? I had a skeleton spawner just right here. And I would stay here, would crouch, and I would wait for them to come, and I would just go pop, pop. Here's the thing. Now I know you could do a little droppy thing to make them die so you don't have to hit him as many times. I didn't know that then. So this is what it was. This is how I did it. That's how I got levels. That's how I fix things. You come over here. There's so much junk that I could have just been burning. I think I was keeping the bows because I was like attached to them or whatever, but I didn't need them. And I was right on top of a lush cave. And if I go like so, look at this. It was a super awesome, expansive thing. I spent, look, okay, I know that I knew that there was trial chambers right under me, but I never touched them. And I can prove it. Let me show you my, oops. Let me show you my, I want advancements. You see all this? Just Minecraft. That's what I did. Did I not ever get that? I know I didn't do that. No, I didn't. Yeah, I never did that. I think I just like joinked it. But you can see I had all of those. These are all these things that I never did. Bucket and adventure. Trial. This stuff, never did it. I was scared. I was a wuss. And there's so many things that I just never touched because I was a wuss. I didn't know that I did that one. But there's a million things in this world. But see, I would come down here, and because it took so long to kill the skeletons, I had a clock there, and I had a clock on me. And then I would come up here, and I would go like this. Did I seriously never make that cobblestone? That's so obnoxious. Mending. Okay, well, let me sleep. Well, I guess I can make it all the way up. But yeah, I wanted, because I'm so close to the village. I'm literally directly under it. If I wasn't careful, mobs would spawn and kill all my villagers. And I would get really, really sad when that happened because I get really emotionally attached to my villagers, guys. This was fun. I would go, oh, come on. Let me swim. I'll go. It was super fast. I could have made a bubble elevator, but I didn't know how to do that at the time. And now I do because I have a mob farm with zombies that kills them most of the way for me, so I can just go pow, pow, and then, right? But yeah, so that was my little mine entrance. And I had another big custom tree right here. That the vines are so bad. Why did I put vines everywhere? They don't look good. There's a big custom tree that I did right there. So those were my first 2 ever custom trees. And this was my village with the wall to protect it. So eventually my goal was to do a raid and to take that on because again, I was heavily inspired. And by inspired, I mean borderline copying, if I'm being honest, because I wasn't planning on turning this world into content. It wasn't until like halfway through, I think. Halfway through, or not halfway through, but about when I started defeating, about when I defeated the Ender Dragon in this world was when I decided to go ahead and attempt YouTube. Because my siblings were having a lot of fun watching me try and fail at things, which, I don't blame them for because it was entertaining. Now I actually know how to kind of use an elytra, maybe. Aha! I did it. But we come out here. This was my version of a mega base. There's a lot of things that I think are cool. And there's a lot of things. Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna do sculks, make a cool ceiling, which Gemini Tay is now doing in her mega base this season, which is so cool. Really, I'm so excited to see it. But this was my big castle. And I was laying things out. This was going to be like a little kitchen area where I was going to have so many different kitchen things. There was going to be all these cool big spaces, and this was going to be a tower that clearly I finished. So done. Oops, I fell. And then if I come over here, I was trying really hard to make it like super elytra friendly, and there was going to be bridges connecting this over to this main area. And I think what I was going to do was, if you notice up here is all flat, I was going to have that open up onto here, and I was going to have another castle section that came here so that this could connect over there. And I believe I was going to have a bunch of balconies, so it was super elytra friendly. Yeah, this was the world that started it. This was what made me decide to go ahead and attempt YouTube. Was I was having so much fun getting back into this game and getting back into just Minecraft in general, and my siblings were having so much fun watching me try and fail and all these other things that I wanted to go ahead and give YouTube a go and see where I could go with it and share just my journey of learning this really fun game with other people, because I still stand by that this is an awesome game. And I'm really, really lucky to be able to play it, even though my laptop is special. I think over here is where there's Deep Dark. Yeah, that's Deep Dark over there. That's how I got the skulk. And there was Pale Oak right there. I was in a really great location, let me just say. And maybe one day I'll come back and I'll do a raid in this little village that I spent so much time on these walls. I genuinely think that the majority of the month or so that I spent in this world, which is crazy that I did all of this in about a month of work. That's insane to me now that this is a month's worth of work. But I also am a chronic insomniac who was definitely not sleeping. I think I spent more nights and more time building up the wall for the village than I did sleeping. And that's true for over here as well. Though I am a very quick builder, I have learned that when I am not recording, I actually build quite quickly. But yeah, I do still really love this village. I do still really love this world, and all the walls are hollow because I was going to try to make automated entrances in and out using not automated, but like piston stuff. I was going to try redstone. That never happened. Clearly. But yeah, I love this world a lot. I do still want to come back and clean it up, figure it out, really finish up everything and make it into what I was kind of dreaming it would be, of a forever world. And eventually making bigger and bigger things. For now, this is what it is. And I'm still very proud of everything that I did. And I'm especially proud of everything it taught me so that I was able to go on and try YouTube. For now, though, I think I am going to call it a day. I'm just going to give you a quick reminder that once I reach 500 subscribers, I will go ahead and finally take care of the iron golem problem that I have over in the relearning Minecraft world, which honestly kind of seems like this world could use it too. But thank you all so much for watching. It's been so much fun to see this world again and explore all the really fun memories that I was making here and all the lessons that I was learning. And oh my gosh, I never realized how bad those leaves looked until now. Why was I doing azalea with spruce like that? Oh my gosh. But clearly, I've learned a lot and I still have so much more to learn. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye! La 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 la. Bye! No 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 no.